I have been going to Tupelo Smiles my whole life. When I was a kid, I was unhappy about some uneven coloring on my teeth after getting my braces off, which at the time there really wasn't a fix. I was recently made aware of a solution that would totally fix it, which is exactly what we did. They not only heard my concerns, but they never stopped looking to solve my problem, and that's why I love Tupelo Smiles.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Well, good morning out there to you, and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Happy Friday out there to you. Thanks as always for tuning in here with us at Mississippi Live Weather and starting off your days with us. We have made it to Friday, but we have a lot to talk about into your weekend forecast. Here's a look at our Mama Justice Doppler radar out there for your Friday morning. We're dry across the board. Mississippi River all the way to the Alabama state line, 22, 55, 61, wherever you're traveling, 278 this morning, you are good to go. Out the door, we're not tracking, again, any rain across the board here in North Mississippi, at least this morning. That story will change as we head throughout the day and especially as we head into your weekend. Here's a live look outside. We are tracking a lot of cloud cover out there this morning. Live look in Amory, you can see temperatures in the middle 60s. Definitely warm out there and a lot of clouds to start off your Friday across the board across North Mississippi. Here's another live look over Northwest Mississippi, so closer off to the Mississippi River. Same story, lots of clouds to start off the day. Temperatures in the middle 60s already at your 7 o'clock hour. So definitely going to be a warm day ahead. Temperatures right now across the board, low to middle 60s, depending on where you are. Further off to the north and east that you go, 61 in Corinth, 61 Iuka, 60 in Boonville. But even some folks closer to the Delta trying to hit 70 already at 7 a.m., 69 in Belzona, 69 in Greenwood, 68 up in Cleveland. So definitely a warm go of things across the area out there this morning. For your first 12 hours ahead, you can expect temperatures to be in the 70s across the board, middle 70s by your 11 o'clock hour. Upper 70s near 80 is where we will yet again be today. So a day a lot like yesterday is going to be taking place, at least temperature-wise, as we head to your afternoon. One thing that's a little bit different is going to be the rain chances. Upticking of rain chances into your afternoon in comparison to yesterday to today. About a 20 to 30% chance as we head into your early afternoon hours. Those will start to diminish as we head later on into your dinner time, but can't rule out a spot-heavy downpour or two, at least for a few of us. All due to this setup right here. Here's a look at our Mississippi Live satellite and radar. We're watching this system. It's well off into the plains right now, low pressure system with an attended cold front stretching from places like Nebraska, Kansas, down into portions of Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. It's going to be making a push off to the east, and as it does, our rain chances are going to continue to increase over the next 48 to 24 hours. So take a look at this as we head hour by hour through today. This afternoon and evening, we could see yet again a few isolated heavy downpours. Not everybody getting in on rain today, but don't be surprised when you are driving. This happened to me yesterday. You're driving and all of a sudden you see rain on your windshield, right? And you're like, where is that? It's sunny in front of me, it's sunny behind me, and it's raining on your windshield, right? So I'm talking about those kind of isolated heavy downpours that happens. You drive through it, it's over with. That's the same story as we head into your afternoon and evening. Going into your Saturday, very different story out there. We're going to be tracking widespread rainfall with the front making its way in, but not for Saturday morning. So got any early morning plans for Saturday should be good to go across the area. We're not looking at rain entering the forecast until we head into about your mid-morning, and that's still for Northwest Mississippi. Everybody else, Northeast Mississippi, getting in on that rainfall, I'm thinking noon and on into your afternoon and evening. That's when things really start to pick up. A wet go of things for Northeast Mississippi, again, as we head into your afternoon and then that early evening time frame as that front begins to shift through, kind of stalling out just to the south of us, causing still some rainfall, especially for areas along and south of 82 as we head into your Sunday morning. Overall, the severe weather risk for today stays out of our area, over where that system is, off in the plains from Omaha, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Dallas. That's who's seeing that severe weather risk out there for your Friday. Nothing here for the Magnolia State, but that story changes into Saturday. That area shifts to the south and the east, impacting us. Everybody under some sort of severe weather risk for your Saturday. Some of us in Northeast Mississippi under that level 1 out of 5. Everybody was under that yesterday, but severe chances have increased slightly, especially for the western half of our area, with that Storm Prediction Center issuing a level 2 out of 5, again, for the western section of North Mississippi. So we're going to be talking about that. We'll hone in on the overall threats that we're going to be watching for your Saturday, and we'll talk more about timing. We'll talk about hour by hour when you can expect those heavy downpours in and out of your area this weekend. That's all coming up next. And of course, again, a look at that confidence level of all those storm threats going into your Saturday right after this.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McCauley.
Hey, and welcome back into the Room to Room Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. The time now is 7:06 out here on your Friday morning. Let me give you a few live looks outside if you haven't stepped out the door this morning before we get into that storm risk for your Saturday. Here's a live look over in Pontotoc. Lots of clouds to start off your day, even some haze in the distance as well. Looking at this Pontotoc camera, temperatures in the 60s. It is warm out there, or mild, I should say, as we're starting off your Friday, a lot like yesterday. Same story over in West Point. Lots of clouds to start off your day near the Golden Triangle region. Temperatures in the low 60s over in West Point as well. So warm, mild start to your day to another warm afternoon ahead. As we head over in the next few hours, you can expect temperatures to rise into the 70s by 10. Middle 70s by your 11 o'clock hour. So another warm day ahead. High temperatures today going to be a lot like they were yesterday. Yesterday in Tupelo, we hit 80, just shy of our record of 81. Today, we're going to be the same story, near 80 in Tupelo, 81 in Amory, 82 Columbus, 82 Water Valley, 84 even. Middle 80s, trying to break out from Grenada County down to Greenwood, Belzona, Greenville, same story, trying to break out those middle 80s. Not going to be record breaking today. Our record is 85, set back in 2022, but definitely sitting well above average for this time of year. Your weekend ahead, things are going to be cooler due to the rainfall moving in the picture. Middle 70s for Saturday, low 70s out there for your Sunday. Very stormy start to your weekend. We'll still see a few storms out there for Sunday, but lesser chances than Saturday. And again, temperatures slightly cooler for your weekend as well. Your severe weather risk, here's a more in-depth look at that was issued overnight. That level 2 out of 5 now extended further into North Mississippi. Who is included in that? It's Marshall County, Lafayette County, down to Bruce, Euport, Attala County, portions of Attala County included in that, and then off into the Mississippi River. So the western section of our area looking like a little bit better threat overall to see a few strong to severe storms than the eastern section. But still, no matter where you are, everybody under some type of risk as we head into your Saturday. So let me take you hour by hour. What is the latest timing saying with this? Timing has been a little bit back and forth of when exactly we can expect a few strong storms in the mix. Let me show you what things are looking like this morning. Now through noon, looking dry. Noon and on today, yeah, we could see a few isolated downpours, heavy downpours across the area. So again, don't be surprised if you're driving and you're out and about and all of a sudden there's a heavy downpour that lasts a few minutes in your area. That should really be all it is. We're not looking at anything strong to severe today. Few heavy downpours, and those will dissipate as we head later on into your evening and overnight hours. Going into Saturday morning, one thing I want to stress is when you're waking up on Saturday, especially if you maybe wake up as early as I do. You got a baby at home that still wakes up real early on your Saturday morning. Don't expect rainfall necessarily in the picture in the morning hours. This is at 9 a.m. and rainfall just starting to make it across the Mississippi River in the furthest north and western corner of the state. So yeah, places like Tate County, DeSoto, Tunica, Quitman, Pinella County, getting in on the rainfall a little bit earlier than the rest of us, around 9, 10 a.m. But everybody else, as you're waking up, going to be a dry go of things. Even around noon, we could still see a few areas that haven't seen any rainfall. Noon and on, though, things do turn more interesting and rainfall really starts to move in. So this is Saturday at noon, more rainfall, especially looking at that band that's going to be moving through from Alcorn County into places like Lafayette County, stretching into Clarksdale and Cleveland, and really watching for what you see right here, those bowing segments, those storms that are going to try to push out ahead of the line. That's where we could see some isolated wind damage from this, and that's our main threat we're going to be watching for. So noon and on, that starts to push further in, and then a lot of us seeing that into the afternoon. So 2, 3 o'clock, this pushes past Lee County. This is into places like Hamilton, Alabama, Amory. Again, it's that initial line that we're watching for the strongest of storms to start happening. Amory, Houston, Eupora, down into Attala County as we head 2, 3, 4 o'clock into your afternoon is when we're really going to see the strongest of storms pass in your area. And this continues to shift down south around 5, 6, 7 o'clock as we head into places like Holmes, Attala, Winston, Noxubee County, going into your Saturday evening. The thing is, once that initial line is done, everybody else just seeing that plain just heavy to moderate downpours from Water Valley, Oxford, Lee County as you head around dinner time. Again, that main line shifts to your south. Your severe weather threat is, for the most part, going to be over with. Going into your evening on your Saturday, this is going to continue to wane off and go off to the south. So further in the dinner time into your overnight hours, we're looking at that severe weather threat being over with. What are we mainly watching for out of this? As I said, our main threat we're watching for is that strong wind gust. Any storms that try to go out of the main line that produce a little bit more winds that could be on the strong to severe side of things. I'm talking winds in excess of 60 miles an hour, prompting some severe thunderstorm warnings. That's the main thing we're going to be watching for on your Saturday. Tornado threat and hail threat, not zero, but limited out of this overall. Another thing we're watching for that's actually a higher threat than our winds for some of us is rainfall exceeding 3 inches. Who am I talking about that could see rainfall in excess of 3 inches? It's mainly off into the Delta. I'm talking Cleveland, Greenville, Belzona, Holmes County, Greenwood, down into Attala County as well. Could see some areas, not the entire county, but localized areas seeing 3 inches or so from this. So I want to tell you, if you're in this portion of North Mississippi, make sure you avoid those local roadways that are easily flooded as we head Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're looking at continuous days of rain chances. So we're not done with the rainfall this just yet. This is just over the weekend, how much we can expect, mainly from that Saturday system as it rolls in. Everybody else, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches, depending on where you are. I think a general look at this, probably 1.5 to 2 inches is what majority of us can expect. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, we're warm today, near 80 degrees, 70s back in the forecast for your weekend. And then as we shift past the weekend, we shift past Saturday, looking at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can see those icons on the screen continue to have rain chances still underneath those days. So an active weather pattern is setting up even past the weekend. After we get past Saturday, our main day we're going to be watching for our next system to roll in is going to be Wednesday. So Wednesday, the next day, we're going to be keeping our eye on for yet again the potential for maybe a few storms to be on the strong to severe side of things. So a few days this week that we're going to be watching for that potential. Again, first we got to get through Saturday, and then we'll be taking more of a look at Wednesday. Hey, that's a full look at your 7-day forecast. Thanks as always for tuning in with us. I encourage you, we will be live one more time this morning, going over everything you need to know. We'll talk about where that severe weather risk sits for today outside of our area versus tomorrow. One more full look at the latest timing in our severe weather threats. All of those details, again, coming up at 7:30.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Down into Attala County as we head